What is up, guys? I'm Adriana Maya, and I'm back with another episode of Spliffs and Giggles, brought to you by the Red Eye District. I have Silvia Saige joining me today. She's a porn star and stand-up comedian who's been in the industry for over 9 years. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so happy to get to do
honor.
this.
The last time I saw you, it was on the set for The Masseuse.
I love that you remember that.
I remember specifically because you were going to fuck Charles Dara. You are just like the sexual energy was like palpable. And I was like, I want to watch. But I had to do another scene upstairs.
He's so hot. He really is.
No, and it was a great scene when I did get to like peek in. It was beautiful.
Now that you say that scene, I very much remember it. Right? And it was in a bathtub. And it was very difficult to fuck in that bathtub. But he just really takes charge of a scene. That's what I love about fucking him is he just like throws you around. I'm like, yes!
That's just what I need.
Yes, he's so good.
You
he's
like
so
being
hot.
thrown around.
Yes.
Okay, but I know when you're in the MILF category or even when you're just a really hot woman, they love to pair you with the very young, very tiny men. What do you prefer? Because you do get to dom those guys, kind of, and that can be a bit of fun.
Some of the young guys I enjoy.
Yes.
But when they look too young, I just cannot get into it. There's a new guy, actually. I'm not working with him, but they did put him, he couldn't test the way I wanted him to test. Like we were just having that conversation. But they were like putting me with this guy and I like Googled him and I was like, like an actual child. No. Because I mean, I'm 39.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm a young woman. Yeah. So when you put me with these super, super young kids, I'm like, this just feels wrong.
Right.
Like, there's one thing to put me with like 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 26. Like that's like a different feel for me.
18 are on the road. Oh man.
Or the baby faces. Because some of the younger guys, I'm like, oh my God, you're only 21. Like you look like you're 25. Like I'm totally fine with this. But like, some of them, I'm like, oof.
I totally get it because there's a huge debate online always about the women. And it's usually, like you just said, it's not even the ones who are 18. It's a lot of the women who are like 23 to like 27 who just look extremely young. And everyone kind of gets on them for like baiting people. Like they like to call it pedo baiting and stuff. But really, they're wearing the exact same stuff that other girls in the industry wear. It's just they look young. What does that make you feel? Because 18 is the entry number for you to get in the industry.
Yes. Honestly, usually when I meet those girls, because looking at them in a photo, I'm always like, oh, this is scary, you know? But then you meet them and you get on set with them and they're usually really well-spoken.
Yes, absolutely.
They're usually educated. They know what they're doing. They kind of know what their role is. And they're playing to their audience.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. It's people ride that line of like, is it too far in playing to the audience? But you have to realize that's the whole thing. It's a fantasy. Like you kind of have to.
I'm not a real mom.
Right.
You know, like I'm a cat mom, but I'm not a real mom, but I play a mom all the fucking time. And do I love it? Do I love getting referred to as a MILF? Yeah, at this point I do. But I play to the role, you know? Like I know that I'm in a category and I'm not mad at the category. So it just is what it is, you know?
When you got your first time, when it was like confirmed, they were like MILF.
Yeah.
Did it give you like a badge of honor almost? Because you were like, I've made it to the big leagues.
No, because it wasn't like that for me. It was day one for me. Like,
no way.
I had gotten to porn at 30. So when I got like my very first porn set, they were like, okay, so you'll play the mom. And I was like, I was like devastated. I was like, oh my, what do you mean I'll play the mom? Like what? And it was with my best friend. And now granted, she is 8 years younger than me. So it like makes sense.
Got you,
But I was like so hurt. And I was like, I can't believe I'm like in the MILF category. She's like, it's because you have fake boobs. It's because you have fake boobs.
That's it. That's it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that.
I've been told so many times, they're like, you have a baby face, but I promise you've talked about getting tits.
You get your boobs
moment
done.
you get tits, you're shooting MILF stuff. And I was like,
it's true.
Okay. Like, and I'm only 26, so I'm like, I think I like that. So I think it's more fun. I'm kind of over the youngish roles and such.
I think, I mean, it is an honor to move up in the MILF category because MILF is it's the #1 search.
Yes, and it's just
on Pornhub.
Like, MILF is sexy. All the other stuff, it's like you're kind of playing to like different crowds and really you jump around. But MILF, you get to wear like lingerie.
Well, the best lingerie. Yes. Yeah. It always makes me crack up because like our wardrobe, like I literally have like thousands of dollars in my suitcase and like the girl will show up with like, you know, maybe her suitcase is worth $100 combined.
Literally,
you know?
all
and I'm like,
21
yes,
fits,
and I'm like,
that's
okay, girl. Meanwhile, one pair of my shoes costs more than everything in your bag.
And no one, but that's a little secret you guys might not even know. When you get into like MILF categories, it really is like a different class. Like a lot of girls get discouraged if they get grouped there initially, but I think when you see like the difference, it's
like a level up it almost.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
But then you are expected to be this like
on top
different,
of it, right? That is so true.
You are expected to have a different.
Are crazier. I remember, gosh, when we were working together on set together, we were both working for the same film. You were just so like lively and fun and like everyone was so hyped to like be around you. And then when you were like, oh no, I haven't been on set with them, I was like, what the hell? Like, what? Like you just blend in so well. And I think that's so important when you're in this industry. Yeah. Because we are in fact having sex. So yeah. But you have backpedaled a little bit, and I mean backpedaled into like doing your own thing for the main part. Yeah. How does that feel to have that security? Because you have so much success in mainstream shooting and stuff. Now you can just be like, I'm on my own for a little bit.
It is amazing. Yeah. I actually do a joke now. It's the truth though. It's like I'm so grateful for OnlyFans because I took so many unwanted cum loads to the face prior to that. Like I cannot stand someone coming in my fucking face. I think it's the most disrespectful thing ever. And the amount of times they're like, but it's in the script.
Like,
and I'm like,
that's what
fine.
And you're like, I'm smiling, but I am not.
No, do this to the camera.
Like, play with it.
Fuck you. Fuck you. And I'm on my fucking knees. Fuck you 10 times fucking harder. Like, I hate you so much for this. So now that I'm on my own, I'm like, no, at no time will I be on my knees begging for fucking cum. No. You can come on my tits, you can come on my ass, you can come on my back, you can fucking come all over my toes, whatever the fuck. But get it in my hair or my face, we're fucking fighting.
The thing is, with the hair, they just have no regard for it. And it's like...
And if I just washed it?
Yes.
Fuck
so now I have to start the process over. I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm glad my day just turned into an event. Like...
Or heaven forbid they have oil on set. Worst day of my life.
What is it?
Cover me in oil.
With oil. And it's, you think it's just like a little light splash? Oh, no. They're pouring the bottle. They've got those, what is the squeezy?
Yeah, it's like the ketchup bottles.
Yes, and they put oil in it and they're like, pour it on your hair.
Drenching you. The whole time.
It's like, I also work for your company tomorrow. Do you know what my hair is going to look like? Yeah. I hope you have a pound of Dawn.
An oil slick.
Right? Yeah. Like, we're doing an updo.
Yeah. Because that's all you can do.
No, but that's one of the things I think people don't consider is the scene looks so hot when they love the oil. But we are going through hell. And by the way, fucking and being doused in oil on those porn couches, what's going to happen?
Wait, have you ever done Nuru massages? Okay,
on
not
an
only
air mattress.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Not only are you covered in lube,
you're on an
air mattress. Just
and they're like, make it look sexy.
Nobody can have traction
on him, and you're like, okay, like I'll try and get a grip on something.
No
like
way.
I actually,
and then
one
they
of the
keep
guys,
pouring it on you.
I was shooting with. He couldn't stay hard,
so
God. It literally became a softcore scene. And then afterwards. He was injecting his penis.
I know who you're talking about now.
And he couldn't come. Okay. And so they were like, oh, we'll come back tomorrow and do it. So not only did I have one lovely day.
Oh, you had to come and do it 2 days in a row.
And it was...
What a nightmare.
I was like, I love it. I love it.
And that's what you have to do on set. Because... the moment you complain,
it's over. That company,
she's a bitch to work for.
Diva. She's such a pain in the ass, and it's like
she asked for so much. She wanted a towel when she got out of the shower. Like we're supposed to have towels.
Cement. Like, can you believe that? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bust my ass and fall. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this is oil.
Why are we fucking on a horse saddle? Why are we fucking on a horse saddle?
Also, did anyone clean it?
No, I actually love the horse saddle.
Right.
I love
the horse saddle.
It's the best idea you guys ever had.
I'm gonna tell you,
best idea.
The bruises I'm gonna have, worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. Just hold the pose. It's cutting into my skin, but it feels so good.
You want me to crawl under this table?
Right, I'll do it. You want me to get? I'll do it. I'll climb in a washing machine. I'll have those chemicals.
Dude, when I first got into porn, the amount of when I worked for fucking Derek, the fucking end all be all of shit humans.
Fuck you,
Derek. Anyway, I was so poor. He made me like homeless. Like I was like begging for jobs at this point. To the point where I was taking like back alley jobs for like $500. I'm on all fucking fours, like in a cat costume, like licking milk out of a fucking saucer. Dude, are you kidding me? Like,
shout out to Derek. He's amazing.
Shout out to Derek. I did those all under a different name. Savannah, you can find them. I'm sure they still exist.
That is, oh my God. Have you ever looked?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, you don't ever look back?
I don't want to see them. I just wanted to pretend they don't exist and then tell stories about them.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, I'll never look, but you can.
Yeah, I actually it's funny because like, I know I shouldn't tell people those stories. Like I should feel ashamed about that, but I'm like, I need people to know it hasn't been a solid ride.
That's the thing. I think a lot of people get caught up in, we're online, we're presenters, we're putting out a fantasy. So while we are trying to express positivity, like 99% of the time,
there's some downfalls.
Oh man. And it's crazy because the fans, especially the ones who are like die-hard fans, they feel almost very involved with the entire industry. So they almost know when stuff is like going wrong. How do you keep that like line between like letting them cross it and get too close with things like that?
I mean, I don't have any lines. I am such an open book.
Really?
I mean, that's why like I do all the answering questions on my TikTok and stuff like that. My comedy is very telling of like my life and like how I got from where I was to where I am. And like, I actually, even during COVID, I wrote like a whole, like basically like a series about my life.
That is awesome.
And it's like super telling from like my suicide attempts to like everything, like my homelessness, all of it, like the hard ride along the way. And I'm such an oversharer and I don't know how to take it back a notch. And I'm just like, I'm a first date type of girl. I'm like, I'll tell you about everything.
You're going to know everything.
Yeah. I'm like, take it or leave it.
You're going to love me. Right?
I'm like, this is the shit show. I've cleaned it up. Yeah.
It's wrapped up really nice. Like I promise. Like, and my house is clean.
I do have a clean house.
There's benefits.
Yeah, there is.
There's a little construction in the chaos.
Yeah, but I don't know how to build. I don't know how to do a line.
Yeah.
I have no lines.
Yeah.
All my lines are so blurred.
Is it ever hard for you when you're so open with your fans and stuff and they kind of address things like that with you? Because I know we're humans. We all get in moods and stuff. Ugh. And so it's like, even though you're an open book, do you ever get to a point where you're like, could you chill out? Like, you're a fan. Like, I get it. I've shared this, but like, come on.
I think a little bit when they like start asking questions like how much do you make a year?
Oh my God,
and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, well, that's not ever something I'm gonna tell you, you know? So I don't know. I just stuff like that. I'm like, well, that's a bit out of line. But or if they say stupid shit like, oh, do you watch your porns with your parents? And I'm like, do you fuck in front of your parents?
Literally.
Like, let's be fucking honest here.
What do your parents think about your job? What do they think about your job? Because you worked at Domino's for the past 7 years. Like,
right. I'm like, my parents are just fine. We're all just fine.
all just fine.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think because everyone's so open and they see stuff on social media, people like get that false like sense of like friendship or a connection.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, I appreciate you giving me your support, but
I do have one guy who goes like a little far. I'm like, anytime somebody asks me a question, like on my TikTok, he'll like go through and like answer all the questions. Like before I can even get there, I'm like, bro, do you just like stalk my page?
Got your notifications on. That's what that is.
And like anytime somebody's like, are her eyes really 2 different colors? He's like, they are. It is called heterochromia. Like, what's her name? It is Silvia Saige, and you can look it up. Dude, bro is just like on it.
He thinks he's
but I will say, like, I'm not mad at it because I'm like, he is answering all the like questions I get a bajillion times.
And that is true because we love interacting with you guys. We really do. And like, you're one of those people who actually responds to people in like comments and stuff. Yeah. But the repetitive questions, oh my gosh, it's like, it's so cringy because this 9 years. 9 years. Could you imagine someone asking you about your eye color
every fucking day.
When, by the way, Google is right there. You can just be like, her eyes are 2 different.
Does she have heterochromia?
Right? What is that called?
Yeah.
You answered it yourself, and then you can be like, wow, I think that's so cool,
Good
Silvia.
job.
You're beautiful. I love that. You're so unique. That's even better.
There is never, ever a day that goes by where somebody doesn't comment on one of my, there's like, are your eyes 2 different colors? I'm like, also, I make a video about it like once a month because it's so regularly asked that I just like keep posting a new video about it. On the upside, though,
they do say that reposting your content, it's actually good. So
I have heard that.
Right? Just get a couple different versions of a video and slap it up.
Like every other day.
Literally.
Yes, my eyes are real.
Get a sound bite and just see you like posting. They'll love it. They'll love it. You said you post a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people, they have management teams and stuff that assist them in keeping up with that.
Yeah.
But how do you stay up with that momentum and getting so much content out? Because even if you have someone like, hey, you need 10 today, you still sometimes have to come up with ideas. You have to get yourself into that mindset.
Yeah. It's the mindset more than anything, girl. But for me, I am so driven by money.
I totally love that.
I mean, to the point, like, I masturbate to money on like a regular occasion.
You know what? That's a primal form of manifestation. Like, absolutely. It's so heightened, guys.
It is. So that's what drives me is I'm like, okay, if I do X, Y, like, I don't like to fall behind on like customs orders and stuff like that because I get stressed out when I see a bunch of them. So I'm like, all right, if I knock out this many today and I knock out this many on Tuesday, this many on Wednesday, like I just keep myself in check and I love a schedule. Like
I love making a list.
Yes, I'm a list
girl.
Yes. I make a list the night before. I'm like,
no, and the thing is,
I'm
thinking about it already. So I'm like, I'll write it down.
Yes. Or, girl, do you ever do like you went to the grocery store and it wasn't on your list, so you write it down? So
I'm like,
check it off.
Then cross it off. I'm like, don't worry.
Forget that I did that shit too while I was out.
Like, the next time I see it, I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
I also went to the post office, write that shit down. Post office.
While we're talking about ordering stuff, the stores, the sex toys. As a performer, we have an odd amount of sex toys.
So many.
It's honestly like, it's like our own little museums, our own little shops.
Gallons.
Like, you're all,
gallons.
How do you store them?
Yeah, I have, so obviously my bedside drawer has just my essentials.
Right,
the one I truly use.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like 3 or, I'd say like 5.
The Hitachi.
There's never not the Hitachi around. I've got a travel size. I've got the wall plug-in.
I got cordless.
Cordless, corded, all sorts of Hitachis. That is number one. But of course, like I've got a glass one in there just because it's really good. I was gonna say like an
icicle. Yeah, love that.
And I love butt plugs, so I always got a butt plug.
Plug girl.
I don't know why more people don't. I'll masturbate with one.
I think people are so caught up in like, oh, if I'm doing butt plugs, I have to do anal. I'm like,
no, you don't.
It's a good step. Like if you're leading to it, but
for stretching.
No, I promise you it's going to change masturbating. I promise you.
I tell that to people all the time. I'm like,
everyone I've gotten to do it, and I'll be like, start with the glass one.
Yeah.
Start with that. Like, you like glass dildos? Start with the glass one. I promise you, your life is going to change.
And they're more hygienic.
Yes. So I just don't like the metal ones. I don't trust them. I hate that everyone's ordering all of them from these cheap online stuff, and I'm like, no, stop putting that in your butt.
Don't fuck me with metal ever.
Don't.
No.
Also, it does not feel good.
No.
Like I know everyone lies. It doesn't feel good.
I don't even like regular dildos. I'm not a fan.
Do tell.
I just don't. I mean, glass stuff or Hitachi.
Really?
And the plugs. That's my stuff.
Interesting. I like the real feel dildos, but they have to be like the quality ones. I can't
See, I don't even love those. I'm just not a fan. Like I need the penis to be real inside me.
Right. Nothing compares to it.
But no, I do have like giant totes in my closet that are just full of
dildos galore.
All sorts of things.
Yes. The handheld thing. Oh.
Beads, handcuffs.
Oh my God, the beads.
All the things.
The beads.
I do love beads too.
The
only thing about beads is you got to be real, real clean. Or it can be a real big turnoff when you pull out a bead.
Exactly. I was very excited to use them because I've used them a lot. Like personally, I did a lot of cam shows, but I've done an anal scene where they wanted us to use it with another girl. And that was arguably not the coolest day of my life.
Yep.
Like, and then that comes in like, how good of a performer am I?
Yeah.
And I'm a great performer because people tell me that was like my favorite scene. And I'm like, I think that was a bad day for me.
That was a bad day.
Like, I'm being honest, it was not cool. Have you ever had a time like that where even someone you're hyped about to get on set with because you think, this is a professional, and you're like,
dude, yes. And like, I think you were saying it earlier, like I'm very pleasant on set. Like I love everyone to get along. I crack a lot of jokes. Like I'm just trying to make it like a fun atmosphere for everybody. And there was this one person, a female, and I was stoked to work with her because she was like a big performer. And I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a great day. Like even getting to set, I was like, I'm excited. Like I can't wait to meet her.
Overly hyped. And like you're so excited to like
she gets there and I was like, hey girl, it's so nice to meet you. Like blah, blah, blah. And she was like, hey. I was like, hey. And I'm like, not like following her around the house, but like we're in the same room occasionally and I'd like try to like have like fun conversation like I would. And she's like completely ignoring me, just being like a total cunt. And at one point she had her back turned to me and I said something and she said something really cunty. And with her back turned to me and I said, are you fucking kidding me? Like called her out on it. And she was like, I was just kidding. You didn't see my face. It was joking. And I was like, I don't fucking think you were.
I highly doubt you were. Honestly, I don't know what that is. I'm like, some people,
it was like,
not pleasant.
Yes. And then we go upstairs to shoot and the director goes, it's Ricky Greenwood. And he goes, he goes, so everybody just, what your yes and no list, blah, blah. And she goes, I just want to make sure everybody has a great time. And I was like, no, you fucking don't. I was like, you want everybody to have a good time.
Before we got into this room, Pam, you were awful. That's what it always is. I hate that because it seems like it's almost the people who want to do like the less work like during the scene, the people who like are just kind of snappy, or also the people who are the weaker performers when you get in those situations.
I just think that
they throw the vibe off.
She just thought she was queen shit. Like,
oh yeah, and you're not kissing her ass. So she's like, okay. Like, guess we're not going to be friends.
Ricky was like, do you want to do the scene? And I was like, I don't even know if I can. He was like, if it helps, he goes, it's like a hate fucking scene. And he goes, you can just like throw her down or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah. I was like, cool. I like threw her ass down on the bed. I'm like, I fucking hate this guy. And I did hate fuck her.
You're like, does that feel good? Does that feel good?
I don't even fucking care if it feels good. Take it.
You like that, don't you? But that's the thing. How people say, like, don't fuck with people who cook your food. Also, don't fuck over your scene partners. Because I can be the most great, like, caring, sweet, assistive person, like, on set. Or I can get my fucking job done. And then hopefully you get yours done too. Because there's no way I'm going to be uncomfortable at my job. Are you kidding me? Especially when I'm having sex. How do you navigate that? Like, say if you were in a situation where you did need to get off set because it's like too much. And it usually happens, in my experience, at least with directors, not so much the performers.
Same.
So I'm like, how do you navigate that? Because I'll always call my agent.
I was going to say,
because I know how they get. If they get snappy, I will literally lose my mind, and I'm trying to be as professional as possible.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. I would call my agent, and it has happened, and it was the same thing. It was the director was asking just too much, and I like called Sandra, and I was like, hey, like this is what he's asking, and I physically cannot do this anymore. And she was like, put him on the phone. Got him on the phone, and like afterwards, he was like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. And I was like, thank you. Fucking thank you. Because I'm telling you, I cannot do this.
Yeah, someone's got to handle it. And the thing is, with the models, unfortunately, it shouldn't be our place, especially if we have agents and stuff, because it creates a rift. Like, even if it gets smoothed over, it does create a rift. Of
course.
So
now
having
it's
your agent do it,
set.
oh my gosh, I love that. Sandra, by the way, in case you didn't know, that is her agent from OC Modeling.
Yeah.
And she's a gem. If you
really
don't know about her, look her up.
Or if you need an agent.
Okay. If you need an agent. You are gung-ho for people coming into the industry. You're pro sex work.
Yeah.
What do you think the age should be?
25.
25.
I'm
asking because, like we mentioned earlier, the debate is like 18 to 21. But then there's other people like us who are like, no, higher.
Because I think what happens a lot with the younger girls, and not all of them. I don't want to put everyone in that category at all, but I think what happens a lot is you're not mentally prepared for what's going to happen with online hate, or or how your family's going to deal with it, or what dating's going to look like for you now.
Because it's a huge
life is different, and life is going to be different, and so you have to kind of like have that understanding. And I loved that I got in at 30 because I worked in corporate America before then. So I knew what it was like to show up at work, 15 minutes early is, on time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just being able to have like a good work ethic and realizing that like this money isn't like any other money you can make. Like I would have never, and I have a college degree, even at my highest, I would have made what I made in March, a year. It's crazy to think like how much income can really be made when you make it a job. And I think a lot of the young girls don't really see it that way. They see it as quick money, but they don't see like put away this money and do something with it. And I think, I mean, I'm not going to say that the industry is full of drugs, but it's the option is there.
And unfortunately, like 70 to 80% ride with it.
Yeah. And it's easy.
Yeah.
It's around. You have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of fucks to give. You have a lot of free time.
That's the issue. It's the free time when you're not making it a real like career, because anyone can have this as a job for a little bit. But if you are making this a career, you have to make that decision because you are going to be on one side of the spectrum or you'll be on the opposite. And like, it's no black and white, honestly. Like it's kind of obvious, especially for us as performers, what people are doing because there's no reason you're in the industry for X amount of years and you are only making waves at one level. Like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. But I think it's just a scary place to be really young.
It is.
And I think you need a little bit of life. That? I mean, I didn't even think of porn. Porn was never a fucking option in my brain until I moved out to LA for comedy.
Yeah.
And I had gotten a DUI like 2 weeks before not even 2 weeks, but like a week before I moved to LA. So like all of my LA fund was gone. And
got you.
I was like working different jobs and not doing comedy at all. And my girlfriend, my girlfriend who I actually did my very first porn with, she called me and she was like, I'm going to come to LA and do porn. Can I stay with you? And I was like, cool. So that's kind of like how it all transpired. But before that happened, before her coming out, like porn was never even a thought in my brain. So like I was just like doing what I was supposed to be doing. I went to college, I got my degree, I worked in my field of study for almost a decade.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, I'm going to go be a comedian.
And also porn now.
My family's like, you're fucking crazy. And then I was like, and I'm going to do porn to support myself. And they were like, they're like, oh no. And now it's all worked out. And they're like, not as mad. It's crazy how quickly like money erases like embarrassment.
When I tell you, my parents they're so dramatic. Like we're all criers. I'm a crier.
Yeah.
Everyone's a crier. Like we're all criers. My mom cried. My dad was like, I don't know why she's crying. But it's like, Dad, you're a man. Like you don't care about anything. And my father audibly said, it's gotta be someone's daughter.
That is amazing.
So I was like, that's cool.
I
but
love
also,
that.
what are the chances? Because you do hear the stories about people kind of freaking out. Were you like braced for that? Because, when you're a little bit older, you do kind of have that actual conscience. Like, hey, this is what could happen if you do this. And when I don't think a lot of younger people even consider that.
I mean, I knew my dad would be okay with it. My dad's a lot like your dad. My dad kind of has like the, fuck it. Like you're safe and you're making a ton of money.
Exactly.
Like,
have fun.
Yeah. My dad's like, kind of wish I would have thought of it. Like he's a little bit jealous that he doesn't do it. Yeah. Like he's totally fine. But of course my mom is really religious. So she struggles with it. And she struggles with how to treat me. It's kind of like her comments are very inappropriate and Christian related.
Yes. No, I got you. My mom's the exact same way.
So it's like I had to like find a balance and like how to like handle it with them. Like I can talk about anything with my dad. And in fact, I might have overstepped the boundary when we were at the Super Bowl because I was on mushrooms and I was having a great time.
Oh my God, dad and my dad are the same people. That's even something.
So, but there's like a pre-show and there's like a bunch of dudes coming on stage, white dudes, black dudes. And I should not have said this to my father, but I was like, Dad, looks like the start to one of my movies. And then I could see my dad, and he was like, she shouldn't be this comfortable. And I was like, I couldn't help it. I'm so sorry. It's so funny. I couldn't hold it in.
No, that is hilarious.
But that's like our relationship. Like he's totally cool with it. And like with my mom, we just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like she knows what I do. We don't discuss it. In the same of like, I'm like, don't talk about church because she's like super into church.
Yes.
And I'm like, if you want to talk about church, I'll talk about porn.
Exactly.
You know,
See,
like
fair trade.
Yeah. I was like, you just shut the fuck up about that, and I'll shut the fuck up about this, and we'll talk about weather.
Peace, right?
Yeah. Weather,
Dad.
my cats.
Right.
Yeah. Like what else you got? What else do you want? Yeah.
That is the key. I think a lot of people get really worried because, you know, you might have relationships go adrift, or you could even be disowned.
Yeah.
Disowned.
Happens.
But if you kind of get like one or two solid people with you, I think it gives you the confidence.
I don't know that I did this right. Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say nice. Yeah.
That's delicious, actually.
Right? It's so smooth.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. This is latte. It's probably like gelato. Oh, gas latte. Ooh.
Yeah, it's delicious.
1 gram live batter. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, that's good.
Tastes fruity, like fruity pebbles. That's what I got out of that. Yeah.
That's good.
I missed the last question though.
I don't even know what I asked. I hit it too, and I'm like,
I don't know, something about like our parents and like all that jazz.
Okay. So when you have like that security group, you know, you get like one of two people, because sometimes it's not parents for people. So your dad might be one. Would you say that it's good to have like people outside of the industry as your security group, or would you say people inside?
I like having both, honestly. Like my dad is such a supporter. Like my dad's come on my podcast. He did a Netflix thing with me.
That is so awesome.
Like he is fully in.
Yeah.
So like I love having that. My brother's the same way. For a minute, my brother was even like working for me for comedy stuff.
Yeah.
But like they're all totally like for it, which is awesome. I totally lost my train of thought because that weed is so good. Totally lost where I was.
Galaxy 42.
I know, right? Now I am in another Galaxy 42. I'm like, where was I going with that whole thought process? It's gone now. It's right out that window. Bye, thought.
We'll miss you. It's the fog. That's what it is. It's just got us all fucked up today.
Also, the rain is really fucked up.
Oh, it is.
That's not what we pay for here.
Being in LA. Obviously, you know, it's the mecca for shooting porn in the industry.
Yes.
There are some other places, but LA is it.
This
is just where you want to be. How do you deal with the kind of the chaos? Because one, LA is never nonstop. Everyone's on go, like 24 hours, literally. Everything's always open.
Yeah.
But then also the influx of performers that just kind of like swoon through here.
Well, for one, I live in Santa Monica, so it's like its own
you got
little
your own
sleepy
piece.
town.
Yep, love that.
Yeah, it's its own little area, its own little pocket, and it is pretty sleepy and quiet, especially my neighborhood. So I definitely have that. But I kind of love the hustle and bustle. Like I'm from a small town, like super small.
Oh, I got you.
I graduated with 97 people.
No way. That is crazy.
Super small. So I thrive in this big city. I'm just like, I don't ever want to be back in like a farm town.
Right.
Like, I love constantly having something to do.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think that's good, especially because of how fast-paced everything is. Like, aside from if you could make it outside of living in LA, that's awesome. But most people need to live here to like do really well in the industry. It's how it works.
Yeah, and all the parties are here.
Yes, you know, the networking with everyone is incomparable.
And being available for like last minute stuff when people call out, you know, when there's a lot of cancellations in our industry. So
especially lately, it is insane. Yeah. With the new wave of concerns with testing, there's new requirements. They literally added 2 new forms of testing, and they're adding a couple more here within a couple of weeks. How is that making you feel? Because while you do focus on your own content and other things like your stand-up comedy, you are also still a professional porn star.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely made me step back a lot more and do my own stuff. Obviously, I'm crazy about testing. So
Absolutely.
it's nice about my agent is she's like, what do you want the testing requirements to be?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm like,
individually, that is beautiful.
I told them in order for me to come back, like, it has to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't feel safe in the industry right now. So
not even a little bit.
I'm not even shooting with people unless like I know that they're taking it seriously. Like, because I have a shoot on Monday and I'm like, okay, so they have to test on fucking Friday, which means that they could do something Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday, which would totally fuck me if they got something. So I have to also trust that this person
is going to be honest.
Yes.
And it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not. I feel the exact same way. I was making a joke about how the only way I would do it is if the scene was on a Wednesday.
Right.
And then like,
they have to test on a Monday or Tuesday.
And then boom, because that'll be perfect. Because as soon as we come in, you'll already have the results. We'll know. Because you'll get it immediately that morning as long as you test before noon.
My birthday is next Sunday. And I told Sandra, I said, if I fucking get gonorrhea or chlamydia for my birthday because I did this MILF of the month, I will fucking cut somebody.
No, I promise you. Things are going to get weird. I'm a very nice person. I promise you they're going to be like, who the hell is this?
If I cannot have birthday sex on my fucking birthday, I will cut you.
Because of work, which at this new wave with OnlyFans, content sites and stuff, they have changed performers, like especially a top performer like yourself. While she's making great money on sets, like don't knock that. She's making outstanding money on sets, but it's nothing comparable.
To raise my rates.
Exactly. Too, your rates get higher doing your own content. You get to control your schedule and you don't ever end up in a situation where your scene partner is not someone you're interested in working in.
Yes, like, that is key.
How does that feel?
I love it.
Not getting on set and finding a guy that you're like,
or when I go down to take a photo and I can smell his fucking ass on his ball sack. I'm like, no, sir. No, sir.
Ooh. I'm literally, I'm so weak in the stomach. I won't make it. So I've called my agent a couple of times. What would you do in a situation like that?
I've said to them, I've done it twice to a man and a woman. But so to the man, I just was like, hey, like I was like, things aren't awesome. Yeah. I was like, would you mind just
not awesome.
You mind just jumping in the shower really quick for me? And he was like, oh yeah. So he was also like 22.
Gotcha.
So I think he was just like happy to be here. You know, he was like, oh yeah, of course. I'll go.
I will shower for you.
So he's like, I'll be right back. I was like, cool. And then another time it was a lady, and I actually work with her a lot and I like her a lot, but she had, for whatever reason, and I wear oil like after I shave.
Oh yeah.
But she had put in a bunch of like essential oils on, and I was like, it's gonna get all in my skin, like, and I have to go down and like eat you out. So I just said, my skin is really sensitive, and I was like, I don't want to like break out into a rash. Do you mind? And she was like, no, not at all.
Oh,
like,
that's sweet, because you do get in situations, unfortunately, with people who get so offended, but it's such a personal, we're having sex. That's like, if anything, like
my face is right here.
Literally, we are going to be like very involved, like this with one another. Like we'll just tighten it up. But you can say something. So don't be wary of, I could never do it because
and you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah. So you try and be like cool about it, but it's also like,
I'm not going to do that.
Well, and I think a lot of people are not as considerate as they should be.
Agreed.
I know one performer, he puts deodorant on his balls.
No, don't. Why? I gotta put your deodorant in my mouth?
Suck on his balls, and I'm like, I'm not. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you want to turn the camera off, because me saying fuck no, it's not gonna look good. Like, but it's
why
like
would you do that?
Just shower. Yeah. Just shower.
Just have freshness. Yeah.
Please. We're all professionals. Yeah. Well, we're supposed to be professionals here.
I mean, even like the other day before a set, just because my call time was at 8, makeup was late, everyone was late. So by the time we shot, it was like 6 hours later. I was like, I'm going to go rinse my puss off real quick. I was like, we've just been sitting around.
Let me go shower. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
That does freak me out if I'm on set and because people do hang out sometimes if there's like extra scenes and stuff. It freaks me out when people are just not showering.
Don't shower after.
You were just like, first off, shoot houses, most of them are very clean.
Well,
no, the ones that they are new, like not like the repeat ones.
Yeah,
not the repeat ones, like where you get like an Airbnb or something like that. Yeah. That's like clean.
Yeah.
Well, like hotel standard clean, I guess.
Yeah.
But porn shoot houses that they shoot at every day.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not doing it.
Oh, no. I've literally seen some, they're like, oh, he came on the floor licking. I was like,
yeah. Yeah.
And I'll get mono. Like, no way. What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How do you navigate that? Because we get some weird situations, right? They want you to fuck in the bathroom. They want you to fuck on the kitchen table, the counter, the pool edge.
I mean,
you just put on a face?
Yeah, you really? Just fucking do it. Honestly, as much as I will voice that is there another option? You know? Anything. Like, is there something else we do? Like maybe throw some pillows down or something, you know?
A little rug would look good here.
Yeah. Just something. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just like, this is what I'm here for. Right? Let's just do this thing.
That's why you're one of the top.
Yeah.
That's why.
Let's just go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
But you hold yourself to a high standard too.
Yeah. I do. It's funny. I was talking with Cherie DeVille about that, and her level of fuck it is so much higher than mine. Because there are a lot of things I won't do even, and she's like, fuck it. She's like, I don't care. Throw me in a burlap sack. I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, girl, you are another level. But she truly is another level.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever shot with that girl, but
I've seen her shoot, and it was the most intense.
Yes.
Like her energy was just
insanity.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because she was very professional. She's still being friendly and stuff.
Yeah.
But the moment the camera came on, it was like the beast in her came out. And I was like, whoa.
First time I ever shot with her, I was a little I was intimidated to work with her, and then we started shooting, and I was like, holy shit.
This is crazy. Yeah.
Everyone's like, that was an amazing scene. I'm like, yeah, because of her. I was like, I was just being tousled. I was like, I didn't even know it was. She literally took my whole foot and fucked herself with it. And I was just like, I guess this is what we're doing. And she's just like, yeah. I was like, okay. I didn't even know that was happening. But here we are.
You could do that? I was just talking about that yesterday. I'm like, there's just different levels of people in the industry. Yes. And there's people like me. I'm very lively. I'm very fun, but I'm super shy on set until the cameras come on. And then I'm like, I just get the professional thing going. Yeah. You are so it's almost naughty funny, that you make everyone want to get naughty too. But she sounds like a beast. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I could handle it. Yeah. I would look like a kid in the
That's how everyone is. You're just like, okay, this is, and she's so hot.
I'm good.
Also, yeah. But I'm just like, whatever. You do whatever you need.
Have you ever had a performer that just exceeded your expectations?
Cherie, for sure. Also, Angela White.
Whoa.
Dude, she's one of the nicest fucking humans. I just love her energy, the way she carries herself. It's like she floats through a fucking room. She's so nice. And she's a fucking bajillionaire at this point. Yes, girl's just got a hand over foot. I don't know where to put all this money. Where am I? Just buy another house, I guess. Fuck. She's just
But with the amount that she's shooting.
Oh, that girl deserves every award in the world.
Literally. I know what everyone says about the awards being rigged, but I'm going to say for Angela.
Yeah, she deserves.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's everywhere. But that's also the difference. You have to make that sacrifice. Yeah. And do you want a little bit more free time? Or
she's just a workhorse.
You want to be at the top.
Yeah. And she is at the top. Yeah.
But is that something that you consciously made that decision when you got in? Or when we were chatting earlier, is it something that it kind of caught on with you as the years went on?
Yeah. I had no intention on doing porn for more than 2 years. I was just I'll make some money. I'll just figure this out and try and make comedy my main thing. But comedy doesn't pay jack shit until you're Chris Rock, you know? So there's the levels go from $50 a show to $5,000 a show to $50,000, $500,000 a show. The variants are so crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm not making enough money in comedy, but I don't want to quit comedy. So I was like, okay, well, just keep doing porn. And then around year 4 or 5, I got popular in porn. So I was like, well, now I can't quit. Now things are going really well for me. Yeah. And I was and then each year it's just gotten better and better. And I'm like, well, now how do I walk away? There's not a fucking job in the world where I would make, well, unless I had some crazy degree, which I'm not going to go get, that I would make more than I do right now. Unless it's just, I mean, they're obviously way wealthier people than I am, but I'm just saying with my level of education.
Well, no, and the thing is, when you realize what the levels go to, because when you first get in porn, no matter really who you are, it's all around the same area. And some people it picks up right away.
It did
some
not
people,
for me.
It kind of takes a while.
Yeah.
And so when you start making like really good money in porn, it's different.
Yeah.
Like,
and
it really is.
It's hard to walk away. Everyone's like, when are you going to retire? I'm like,
never been.
Not for a while. Right? Not until I'm like literally cannot do it any longer.
Absolutely.
Or unless I just like hate it. You know, like if there becomes a point where I'm like just so over it, but I'm still having fun. So I'm like, why quit doing something I still truly enjoy? You know, especially like literally masturbating from home. Like legitimately, like spend a few hours a day masturbating and you're fucking killing it. Like,
right? Not only am I
what a rough day
from coming all day, but I just made great money.
Just killed it.
Right?
Yeah, just paid my rent.
You're welcome.
Today. Yeah.
Like hugging your cats like bills are paid, sweetie.
I know. When my cats meow in my videos, I'm like, hey, mommy needs 20 minutes to make these bills. Yeah. Right? I'm like, 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Have you ever caught yourself when you forget to delete that?
Oh, you know what? Do you know how often my cats do meow and I just leave it on the video? I just try and get louder with my own moans. I'm like, oh, yeah, Alex. I love that, Alex.
And they're like, we're talking.
Meanwhile, they're trying to jump on my bed and I'm like doing this with my leg.
Guys are always like,
I love
when you
that.
kick your leg out. And I'm like, I'm literally kicking my dog away from me. Like, get the fuck out of the room. Like, I'm going to
if I have to make this 6-minute video twice, I'm going to be pissed.
Especially when they want me to do anything with my butthole. Because they want the weirdest things to happen with your butthole. Like, you know how people do the mouth tours?
Yeah.
I had a guy was like, have you ever had a pap smear? And I was like, what? He goes, so I need you. Well, yeah, but also.
He wanted that scope thing.
For my asshole.
Yeah.
And I was like,
do it?
no, because I wasn't going to order it. I was horrified that my sister.
I would do it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't live with my sister, so we could. But I was in fear that she would open that and be like, this job has taken you somewhere.
I did do one of those.
Have you really?
What's her name? Snow. Red hair. What is her fucking name?
Skylar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Skylar Snow. So her and I did one, and we both did it. And it's like it was a clear one. So when you crank it open, you can see everything. We both did it and put the little camera in there. It was so cool.
I'm so scared of that.
It was so cool.
Kimmy Granger is the first person who told me about it. They had her do it for like nubiles.
Yeah.
But they did it for her pussy and she was like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I got to see inside myself.
It was.
But for some reason, I can't. Like, I cannot. Like,
it was interesting to see.
I could probably record it.
Yeah.
So maybe, I could have you do it. We'll talk. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. It was fun.
Okay. So you're not opposed to doing
No.
off the wall.
No.
So what would you say is the weirdest request you've gotten in like a custom?
Okay, so I didn't fulfill it. But
Gotcha.
It was a request. Well, this was an in-person. He wanted me to like come to his hotel room, shit on his chest, watch him eat it. And then I was free to go. Like that was the whole job. And it was $10,000. And I lived with a gay friend of mine at the time. I know. And he goes, tell him to do it blindfolded. I'll come in, shit on his chest.
Yeah, just talk the whole time. I don't know the fucking difference. Put a fucking mask on, like a GIMP mask. You know what? Guys, I'm offering a new service. I got plenty of gay friends. Devin will love it. Guys, I'm offering a new service. She's going to coach me through this.
I did not fulfill the request.
Oh my God.
I was like, there's no way I can shit on somebody, let alone watch him eat it. Then I got to stick around for like the show.
I forgot about the watching him eat it part.
None of it. I could do none of it though. I couldn't do any of it. I was like, he was even like, well, if you couldn't shit on me, he goes, you could go into the bathroom and shit in the toilet and I would get it out. And I was like, nope, still hard pass.
Hold on. For some reason, that makes it so much worse. Oh,
a little watered down.
Right.
Yeah. But my buddy was like, I wonder if he would have like food requests, you know, like something you eat the night before.
Here's what I'm going to say. The only people that I know who do that do have food requests.
Yeah.
And it either goes like
Porn.
you're eating no.
Oh.
They either want you to eat like vegan and like clean, or they want you to eat like
Mexican.
Yeah, like you're and then they give you that laxative like chocolate milk.
No.
I'm not kidding.
Oh no.
That's how all this poop content is so viral. Because I asked one of the girls, I was like, just curious, like, what is that stuff you're drinking? And she was like, oh, that's a laxative.
No.
I was like,
no.
Oh,
see,
no.
That's my line. I just found it. We were talking about lines earlier.
That's it.
Like, they're blurred for me, but that's a hard one. That's a line.
Poop is just...
I'm not pooping on you. I don't even want to poop with you in the room.
Right? I would like to be alone.
Yeah.
I prefer it's a solo activity.
If I'm on vacation with somebody, like I need you to know that like you need to go get coffee every morning. You know what I'm saying?
Away.
Like go for a minute. Go
get
for a walk. And let me know I've got at least 10 solid minutes to where you won't be back here, you know? Like I just need you gone. I could never shit on someone. Like I don't even think my body would react.
That's
like,
the thing. It's like I've had knock on wood, I need wood. I've had such a good run with anal and such, and no like accidents that anything like
where's that wood?
Right, I'm like, somebody bring me wood. Oh, there's probably wood right in here. Yeah, I'm like we're on a couch. But I'm like, I've heard the stories, and that is honestly my biggest fear. So, fan question insert.
Yeah.
How do you prep for anal?
Oh, it's my favorite because I love anal. Like I'm a true anal queen. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do prep the day before. No alcohol.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I'm an alcoholic.
Me
so
too.
you know I love anal. I can stop drinking for a day.
You know what?
And that means
That's how you find out you love anal. It's because of alcohol.
Yeah.
And ironically, you have to stop drinking to do anal.
Yes. And heavy protein. So no like crappy food the night before either. That way when I wake up, I have a good wholesome poop. And then before I leave for set, I do a 3 enema clean.
Oh, yes. That's
rinse.
You guys, some of you are doing one bulb.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That barely gets up in there. That's like surface level. You need to do 3 full ones. Wait a little bit.
And then flush again.
Out. Yeah.
I flush again after photos.
Oh, do you?
Right
That's
before,
what I do too. Yeah.
Right before we're about to like go into sex and like give me one more rinse. Sometimes 2.
Right, to make sure everything's like good.
Yeah. But I've never had an accident either.
See, but that's because you're meticulous.
And I take Imodium
the
right
backup.
before sex.
Yep. See? Yeah. That's the key. I know a lot of people get kind of wary of doing it, but it's like, I love Imodium. They hear it from like the director standpoint, but I mean, if you talk to performers who actually like anal, or even the ones who just do it a lot, so they like it, they all take it. Everyone takes it. It's like, it saves you.
It does save you. You don't have a poop the rest of the day, yes, but when you wake up the next morning, you have the best poop ever.
And you literally, you're a whole new world.
Yes,
you're like,
you are.
One, I just killed that anal scene, so money will gain.
yes.
And you refresh, so that is true. Would you say that actually keeping up and like taking care of your diet and stuff is a key part to being like a really good performer, one that's shooting regularly?
I definitely think that. And honestly, I just had this freaking little minor surgery on my back and I can't work out for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is going to kill me. Yeah.
It's fine.
But you do have to be on top of it, honestly. Gotcha. Like, I just feel like, if you want to continuously be working, then you need to be continuously working on yourself.
Absolutely. You know? That's the thing. A lot of people, if you see them ever in the industry, especially when they have longevity, they're not looking the same the entire time. Like they're evolving, and that's for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't look anything like the person I started out like. Anything. Like I look at some of my old photos, I'm like, oh my God. I don't even think people would have, if I showed someone a picture, I don't even think they'd be like, that you? I'm like, no. I have a new nose. I have new lips. Like I'm about to get new tits. Like my face is so shut up. Like
with everyone that's having these scares right now, not to rain on the new tit parade because we're all pro body modifications and enhancements. Are you ever worried? Because a lot of the girls who are doing even bigger into like CCs, they are popping and
scary.
it's crazy.
I know, but my boobs are 12. So I'm more scared of like mine popping, like and erupting inside
I got you.
than I am like a new set.
Yes,
like,
okay,
they
right.
tell
It's
you
that
every
time.
10 years, and I can tell that they separated from the muscle. Like they just don't have the same. They're cute 90% of the time.
Yeah,
the moment I have to like flex my arm, I'm like, what? Whoa, wait.
Don't look at it.
Yeah. Thank God my hair is long because I'm like, whatever arm I have to flex is where my hair goes. So you can't tell that my tit is like doing like a high five to like somebody else in right field. Like, where are you going? Like my nipples are just completely separate from the rest of my boob.
You know what?
So crazy.
It's unfortunately, it's one of the things that like you said, you got to keep up with.
Yeah.
But you made the sacrifice.
Yeah.
You did. You fully
Best
committed.
investment.
Right?
Love.
Okay. And
Do not regret.
Right, they are paying off.
With
everyone doing the extreme surgeries, you know, the massive boost, the crazy BBLs too. Because there are levels to it. You could do a skinny one. Yeah. What's her name? Lana. I'll show you her. She's literally teeny tiny and she's about to get one. She's like the tiniest person ever. But I think the BBLs.
Do I have to turn this on first?
Oh, I think it might. Oh.
I went in for a BBL consult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they told me I'd have to put on some weight.
Oh my God, yes,
because
you do have to put on a lot of weight. Oh, see, and then that's another thing. It can throw off your shooting schedule and such. It's like, I don't really have time to take that off because the recovery, all of that.
Any surgery.
Yes.
Like with my nose, I've had to take a month off for that.
But worth it? Absolutely. See, that's the thing. Some people, they go for the whole bimbo look. Some people just want to enhance themselves a little bit. And some people really want to like delve into a whole new fantasy. That's like the complete opposite of what they look like. And I'm all for it all.
I look at like Courtney Taylor, who I just adore.
Yes.
I adore Courtney, but she looks like a essential porn star. She's got the big blonde hair and the huge fake tits and the tiny little waist and the big fake ass. And she's also like 6 foot tall.
Yes.
So
literally.
she's just like this like bohemian Barbie, you know, but she's so amazing. Like she's one of the nicest people also. She's probably somebody who I would say like outweighed my expectations. Like I thought she was going to be super cunty and then you meet her and she's just like, hey, hi, so nice to meet you. I'm Courtney. And you're like, everyone knows who you are, Courtney.
Right? I know.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah. I've masturbated to you for a while.
Just a bit, like years, nothing crazy.
Yeah. No, she's great though.
That's beautiful.
Who else is, I feel like I'm coming back to that question. Quentin James. He's
oh my gosh. Why is he the sweetest guy ever? Are you kidding me?
He doesn't work nearly enough. Like I think he should be the number one porn star.
You know what? I think part of it is like
he lives in Vegas.
He rides that line of where because he's naturally just such a sweet guy that they're like, oh, he's not rough enough and stuff, but he can fuck you rough. Just tell him to fuck you rough or fuck the girl rough. Like he will literally do it. And also he's not a guy who like puts himself on girls, you know? Like he's so chill and relaxed and I think some people get like off-put that because they're like, well, he doesn't want me.
Right.
Like, no, he's just professional.
Yeah. He's a professional. He's going to fuck you like a champ.
Literally like a champ.
Let it happen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And spank him on the butt.
Yes. I'm like, he's so underrated.
Yes.
I'm like, I just feel like he should be like top of the tops. But
do you have a favorite?
He is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah. I masturbate to Johnny Sins all the time, though. He's like
another point for Johnny Sins.
Yeah. Johnny Sins is like, when I go to, I'm like, he is my Google search. What I love about him when he shoots is he has so much fun. Like he's laughing and like having a good time, like nothing serious. Like, and he's not the guy saying like, yeah, bitch, you like that?
Oh my gosh,
you
right.
know?
He's not at all. He's like funny and sweet and lively. While it's very sensual and stuff, he like helps you like stay like focused in the scene, but also like you're still having good sex. Yeah. So it's like actually shows.
And he's very like, I don't know, he's very like good with intimacy. Like you feel like he wants to be there.
Yes.
And with a lot of the guys who have been there for a long time,
they're just trying to get some shit
They
done.
just call it in. Like, I'm not going to name this name, but he works all the time. Yeah. He's a very big actor. But in multiple scenes of ours, like I can see his face and he's doing this.
That's so annoying. That's so annoying.
And I'm like, bro, Could you be less fucking interested right now?
Literally.
Like, I'm trying to make this a good experience for everybody, but you're phoning this in. Like, nobody.
Don't ask for a fluff.
I'm like, this is awful.
Yes.
Like,
that's the thing we're both here. Like, we're both here. Granted, the guys, yes, they have to do a lot of work, like actual fucking work. We are still all hands on deck. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm holding these horrible positions because they look good on camera. The very least you could do is be entertained by it. Like, you are literally inside me, sir.
I think that's why I probably do, like, enjoy the younger guys. Because they try harder.
Oh, and they are so committed to pleasing you.
Yes.
And sometimes they do.
Whether they do or they don't.
Yeah.
Right?
They are committed to it. And you know what? Sometimes it is A for effort.
Yeah,
like, it really is.
I do feel that way. I'm like, at least you cared.
Right?
You know?
You're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, that was sweet.
You jackhammered for a bit too long.
But you had some good effort. I saw you were running out of breath, but you just poured in. You did some good deep breaths, and through your nose up through your mouth. Like, you held out. Or like, for
that
some
lift
reason,
you did.
Right? That literally, it was a good 25. It was a good 25 seconds. I loved it, honestly. Have you ever had them try to put you in those extreme positions, like the younger guys that they see the older guys do?
I mean,
I've had one attempt a McChicken on me.
Wait, what's a McChicken?
They do this to you. And they fuck you, but your legs are like way scrunched up, and they J-Mac is the one who does it to you.
I don't know how far you'd be able to put my legs back, but
it's rough.
I mean,
it's rough, but you're in the air and they're just fucking you.
Yeah. Oh,
and it's beautiful.
Okay.
But the young
I have.
It's a little sketchy. It's like, are we both about to die right now?
Can you support my weight?
Because I think I would have better success picking you up. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I think it might be fair that way. Like, we'll just flip it.
I've never been like so uncomfortable. I think the worst is probably like the jackhammer for me. Like that one where I'm like, you know what that my neck is about to break. You know, I'm like, we can only stay in this position for so fucking long. Yes. You know, I realize it looks really cool, but it's just not practical.
No,
like,
and who's doing it?
Yeah, nobody
doing it. Like, no one's coming in that position, but it does.
It looks really cool. Yeah.
Especially when they get it over top.
And I mean, let's not talk reverse cowgirl is like my nightmare. But it looks so great for the camera.
Johnny Sins is a good one for reverse cowgirl because
he'll
just
hold you.
Literally, he'll just hold your ass right there and be like, "Don't worry about it.
I got it. Yeah,
don't move. I'll fuck you."
It's so nice. Yeah.
When you get those guys, is it just a breeze on set for you?
I love those days. I love like the Johnny Sins, oh my God, Charles Dara.
Oh,
I was like, where am I going? Charles Dara.
Right.
Even like the Nathan Bronsons, you know, like guys who have been in for a while, Xander Corvus, Small Hands. Like, I really love working with those guys. They're just going to like take control of the situation.
It's amazing. It really helps you get into like your goddess moment, I feel, because you don't have to like try too hard. You can really just put it on for the camera. Or if you don't have to look at the camera.
Yeah, even better.
It out. Do you prefer to do scenes where they're nonstop? Or where you can just, take a little break here.
It really just
move it.
Depends on how who the scene is with and like what it is. Because like the other day I did one of those scenes where it was, I don't even know what they call it, but it's a new brand. It's like non-reactive porn where you're having a conversation, but sex is happening, but no one's acknowledging it.
And you're not moaning or nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so for that, it was hard for me to like stay wet and like stay in the scene because I'm busy trying to come up with shit off the top of my head while getting fucked, while not addressing the fact that I'm being
fucked. You're like
fucked.
really ignoring it. Too.
Yes.
Like, so it is hard.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was like, my pussy is so dry. So we'd have to like stop because I'm like, and our talent kept losing his heart on because
you're ignoring him.
because like he's not getting like what he's used to in sex. So it was just a hard scene. So with that, like a lot of breaking, I didn't mind. But like, if I'm into it, like, let's just go the whole 45, 25, 35, whatever it is. You know?
You're down for it. Yeah. See, it's good when you can do it organically because while the positions and stuff aren't great, you know, they pick them for a reason. It gets so repetitive sometimes that it's like, even if you're a great performer, you want to have fun.
5 minutes
do, of
this,
course.
5 minutes here.
Right?
Yeah.
But you get that timer in your head where you're just like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to keep turning. And so when no one says anything to me and I realize like you kind of get lost in it for a couple minutes and you're like, oh, I snap out of it. Like, let me move really quickly.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, that was great. That was beautiful. And I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm a professional, I swear.
Have you ever gotten in trouble for not turning to the camera?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I remember one time I was fucking, I don't remember who it was, but somebody was fucking on a couch and I was like into it and I was like having a real orgasm, but my face wasn't towards the camera. And so I was just like fucking and I got done and I finished my real orgasm and the director like yelled cut. And I was like, what? And he was like, for one, and he was like being a dick. And he was like, for one, he was like, turn around to the fucking camera. He was like, we didn't even see your face. He was like, I let you have that orgasm. He was like, but just know we need your face. And I was like, okay, you'll let me have the orgasm? Thanks. Okay.
By the way, who was doing this today if I wasn't here? Right. You're welcome.
Yeah.
What
isn't the point of this for me to have a fucking orgasm? But
thank you. And you're upset that I'm having the
real one.
And instead
of me being like, you got my ass and my face? Great. Now let me scream fakely for the camera.
Literally, like everyone else does. And what's fucked up is all these directors and stuff, they like to talk shit about, oh, the OnlyFans girls. They have clip sites now. But really, if you guys would just treat everyone on every set how they're supposed to be treated, we wouldn't have had to do this shit anyway. Like, I promise you would have gotten better performances. And if you're paying people their rates.
Or pay higher rates or give residuals. Because here's the deal. When I make my own content, I will just keep making money on that content over and over and over and over again. As opposed for when I work for you, I make a, whatever the one-time payment
and then
is.
You'll send me a little gift box. Thanks.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With like horrible booty shorts and the socks.
Dude. I showed up to set the other day with like the cutest wardrobe. And even the set person was like, oh, I love all your wardrobe. They're like, but we have wardrobe. And then brought out my wardrobe and I was like, everything about this is horrible.
Like mine is actually cute.
Yeah. I was like, why wouldn't you let me look cute and sexy? But instead you're going to make me look like a fucking flight attendant.
Right? Okay.
Cool.
Okay. That's
the skirt was like down to here and
Stop
completely up to my neck. And it had a little fucking tie right here. And I was like, are we for real right now? This is what I'm wearing on a porn set? Like, I don't even feel sexy. Like, I feel like someone's grandma.
Like, you want me to be turned on?
Right.
Like, what is that? I've had a time, though, they had me in a sweater and, like, a long skirt, too. And I was like,
why?
First off, it's Florida. So what the fuck is happening here?
Fuck you.
And they're like, oh, it's the scene. I'm like, who is writing this?
Yeah.
A man. It's a man. 100%. It's a man.
Yeah.
Get a woman in there.
Yeah.
No, get a goddamn woman in there.
Yeah.
Like, get a woman to approve the script.
Yeah,
please.
at least to approve it.
Yeah, because she'll be like, oh, no. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe they had you covered up. I'm like actually shocked by that. That's insane.
It was for my MILF of the month stuff.
It's insane.
Thank you.
So the fact that you were covered is like, what
I'm
the
hoping
fuck?
they don't do that with the rest of my wardrobe for the rest of this thing.
They probably won't. Maybe it's like one of they teeter off, and it gets gradually more like racy and.
Could I be a sexy porn star at some point? That would be ideal for me.
That's what you're gonna grow with, like a beautiful butterfly. Would you mind standing up for me? They would love to see you do a quick little spin.
Lord. Oh, this is it's raining, it's ass off, and it's really cold outside in Los Angeles. Look. So
she's the cutest.
This is it. Oh, I just dropped this joint.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, this is my not sexy look. But you know what?
It's the sexiest. Are you kidding me?
It's warm. That's what this is. Yeah.
They want you to sit by the fire with a sweater and put on your boots.
Yeah, but then I don't have any pants on. If I just had these socks, the boots, and panties.
That's a porn outfit.
Yeah. I might go home and take pictures in that, actually.
See, we're thinking this is for guys, get the camera ready.
Always making money.
See, that's the thing. When you're a performer, you always just have those wheels grinding. It doesn't matter. Like right when you came in and we're like looking around, I'm like, I know. These people don't even know what they have.
These windows are great.
Right? Like, there's you fucking against I gotta get a drone out here somehow.
Also, I'm looking because like the other buildings aren't that close right here. I'm like, this is ideal.
Right? It would actually be perfect. See? Guys, we're professionals.
Turn the cameras off, turn the other ones on.
All right, we got a plan. Switch out the memory card immediately. Somebody get lube.
So much lube.
It's an anal day.
Oh, we were talking about that on my show the other day and how much like they don't show us using lube. They
What is
fucking
that?
hide the
It's
lube
so real,
like
though.
they're like, oh, put it behind the
Put
couch.
it in the cushions.
Don't show them. And I'm like, why would we not show lube?
Right.
Like,
by the
why?
way, that's the realest thing, and they already take off all the labels. So
Yes.
what's the fucking difference?
We just have to pretend that we're just like gushing wet all the time.
And by the way,
like, what?
They know because he's fucking you. And then they'll be like, okay, cut. You're just sitting there waiting. They're like, get some lube in there. And then they're like, put it all. Like, You're like, cool, I'm just shined up now. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened in that stroke.
Because we wouldn't want to show lube being put on.
Heaven forbid. They know that we would like our pussies to feel good while we're being fucked, right? By these massive
Right.
We need lube.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Guys.
Everyone needs lube. But
and it's okay.
It is.
Lube's your friend.
It is your friend.
PSA.
Yeah.
Lube's your friend.
And we use it.
We actually do. I have
the first time that they were like, you can go ahead and do it. We'll just cut up to your face. And I'm like, really? Like, it's also kind of hot to watch somebody put lube on too.
Right?
You know?
It is hot. Because then you're preparing yourself.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, what?
Or like, I will stroke it on his dick. Like, that's hot. Like, let me put lube on his dick.
And get on it.
Yes.
That feels amazing. And you see my actual reaction.
Yes.
Let us use lube.
Yeah, it's so silly.
You have been so great to have on, Silvia. If you guys didn't know, Silvia also has her own show.
I do.
Would you like to plug that for
so
those who missed it somehow?
It's called Sexy Funny Raw. Yeah. It's a sex education podcast. I have a real doctor on the show, so we talk like all things sex and comedy and sex education.
So cool. It honestly is, and it's from an actual porn star.
Yeah.
So you're getting like real answers about those quirky topics and stuff. I think that's so awesome.
Thanks.
That some of us might be a little too embarrassed.
That's exactly what it is.
You got someone who will actually answer it for you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sylvia, you are the greatest guest ever.
Thanks.
I love having you on. I am Adriana Maya. This was Spliffs and Giggles brought to you by the Red Eye District. Good night, guys.
Bye.